Shaboozey is a clown, okay? And anybody that's trying to push this narrative that immigrants built America, quite frankly, you need whooped. And it's really that serious. It really is. I don't want to hear, oh, it's not that deep. Yes, it is. And people keep saying, oh, he had good intentions. We knew he meant well, this, that, and the third. Bullshit. I call bullshit. I don't think anybody that's pushing that narrative means well. They all know what they're doing. All right? But it is blatant disrespect and erasure of the ancestors of Black Americans, enslaved Africans, and also indigenous people. All right? America was already an empire before immigrants came here willingly. All right? It already was. That's why people want to be here, because of what enslaved Africans and indigenous people did.
So Shaboozey's getting a lot of backlash from the African American community. He won a Grammy last night. Congratulations to him. He actually won it, being a part of the country music and all of that, which is great. But he said this one thing that's turning against Black people in America. He said that immigrants have built this country, which is the United States. African Americans are upset. Black people are upset. And I agree why they're upset. We all know who built this country. It was built on the backs of slaves. But what we see about Hollywood, what we see about the entertainment industry, these people are being controlled and they're being told to say what they need to say to continue to keep those deals and that money flowing for them. I don't think Shaboozey had a choice to say this. He had to say this. He had to turn his back on the Black people in this country to accept that award. These people in Hollywood, these people in entertainment industry, as you see from the Grammys, they are controlled. A lot of them are demonic. A lot of them are having this attitude towards ICE because they're being told to say this. Next year, it'll be a different issue. Nobody was talking about ICE last Grammys. They were talking about the wildfires. This year, they're talking about ICE. Next year, what would it be? I guarantee these same people you see saying ICE out, ICE this, immigrants built this, will not even care about this story because it will be a new story next year. Shaboozey, as a Black man, yes, he's Nigerian, but he's still American. We should always say that America comes first, and he has to respect the fact that what Black Americans and what slaves did to build this country, what we call America. It's just sad when we see that. We see that people are willing to do anything and say anything, even though they may not believe it 100%. Because I definitely remember Shaboozey saying something as far as when somebody else was saying something about Black people, and he actually looked at them crazy because he was standing up for Black people. But now it looks like he switched up. Why did he switch up? It's because he wants the success. He wants those deals. He wants that money. He is being controlled. This is what happens when we don't have Black representation and ownership in things such as the entertainment industry. So then Black people that are working for these companies have to do and say what they are being told to be said. It's because they are being controlled. Do we think Shaboozey is a bad person? Absolutely not. Do we agree with what he said? Absolutely not. Do we know the truth? For sure. But I'm speaking out and saying that he had to say that. That didn't come from him. He's always been known for standing up for Black people. So now you're going against Black people and standing up for immigrants. Let's make it make sense. What we see in the Grammys is that a lot of these people are being controlled. A lot of these people are being told to use their platforms to push a narrative as if they're going against the United States and the Trump administration. It's just sad that we see that, but we see from the Black community, pissed off. It's totally disrespectful to say that immigrants built this country when we all know that Black people, slaves, have built this country. So as you'll see from these videos, these Black people ain't playing around with Shaboozey.
The work they put in. Y'all gonna stop that. Cut it out. All right? I understand, with the current political climate, that there's a lot of focus on immigrants and, whether or not they belong here, this, that, and the third, but we're not doing that. Y'all are not about to disrespect my people like that at all.
Shaboozey. Shame on you. You know goddamn well your melanated decoy ass, you melanated immigrant tether ass ain't did nothing to build up no goddamn America. You know goddamn right ain't no motherfucking immigrants built the United States. Y'all motherfuckers act like y'all came over here and it was an empty lot, motherfuckers. Y'all immigrated to this infrastructure of this country when the shit was already built by the blacks, the FBAs, my community. Boy, I know them damn ragged Democrats behind the scenes told your little melanated puppet, if you want this award, you're going to get out here and say that immigrants built America. You end your speech.
Didn't I just say that, but in a nicer tone? Didn't I just say that in a nicer tone? What I love to see from our community are people seeing past what somebody is saying and understanding why this is happening. He's being told to say that. He's being told to say, if you want this Grammy, which we know that you want, you have to say this. What I always tell my kids, and what I always preach to my kids, and what you should preach to your kids as well, is understanding leverage. Shaboozey is a cool artist. He's not a big time artist, but he's a cool artist. He's on the up and up. He's a black man in country music, which is rare, right? But he don't own nothing. He don't own no record label. He don't own the things that he's doing. He probably don't own his music, which is for a lot of different artists. He's a product of the system, so he has to follow orders. When you own your own stuff, when you have things where people don't have leverage over you, you can make the decisions that you want to make. There's a reason why you don't see a lot of these other artists that you know that are way better in the music industry that don't get any Grammys or any awards. It's because those people don't want to be controlled and they can't be controlled. I'll take the award, but I'll say whatever I want to say. Whereas somebody like Shaboozey, he has no ownership. He has to do what they say because he has no leverage. A lot of these things that we need to understand and our kids need to understand in school is the power of leverage. The only reason why he said that is because I believe that somebody has leverage over him, and that leverage is a Grammy Award. It's easier and you get more respect when they say Grammy Award winning Shaboozey over just Shaboozey. So if you want that title to your name, this is what you have to do. And I believe Shaboozey, obviously, he said, I'll do it. Because they have leverage over him, because they're holding that Grammy over their head. This is why you don't see a lot of people go to the Grammys anymore, because they understand that it's all a con anyway.
On that. Yeah. Okay, white daddy. Tiny hat massa. Okay. And his dumbass did all the melanated immigrant tethers that they're giving these awards to. They all saying the same shit. That shit's coming from the top. The raggedy ass Democrats. They're the ones that's doing that shit, telling these melanated puppets that they're rewarding to go out here and say that bullshit. Motherfucker, you know goddamn well immigrants ain't built no goddamn United States. Well, if they built the United States, why the fuck they couldn't build up their own raggedy ass homelands that they fled from?
Damn. I don't think I need to say anything else after that. I don't think I need to say anything else about that. Because the language is crazy. But he has a great point. If the immigrants built this country, or why they didn't build up their own country that they fled from, that's a bar. If immigrants are great and they built this country up, why didn't they build up the country that they fled from? Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. That's always going to keep this thing rocking. Make sure you join the Go Getter Patreon. Link is in the description below. Also, too, we got the No Filter Morning Show coming soon, hopefully tomorrow. Working on the program on how I can do it. But sometimes you got to jump out there without a plan. But I appreciate you guys supporting me, and we're going to keep this thing rocking, and I'm out.